and I can't help but think that's what she said in moments now. So it's like the hackiest comedy phrase is stuck in my brain by a guy that I know is hilarious. I mean, fucking hilarious.
I do it all the time with my wife.
That's what she said?
And now it's just, I don't even need to say it anymore. I just do a dumb laugh. She'll say something, I just go, she goes, shut up.
Do you have inside jokes with your wife? Like, do you guys have like, me and my wife, our inside jokes are tell jokes?
Mine is our inside joke is a Chappelle joke.
Really?
Look at him. He loves it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, wait, what's that from?
That's Dave saying that he loves chicken, but he would never, or fried chicken, I don't know what it was, but he would never eat it in public because he would be afraid white people were watching him, being like, look at him. He loves it.
We were in the desert shooting a Comedy Central thing, and they brought out, in the desert, right? I'm with Donnell Rollins and Red Grant, and they bring out a tray of ice cold watermelon. And Donnell just shook his head and he goes, nah, you're not getting me like that. We're like, what? Like no one was put it together. He goes, you're not gonna, and him and Red just sat off to the side. They're like, we're not touching it. We're not going down like that. I know what's next. You get a camera out, you get pictures of us eating watermelon. And all of us were like, it's such a weird stereotype that no one really was connecting to. You're just thinking it's hot, watermelon's awesome. And so Donnell made a white woman serve it to him, put it on a fork and put it in his mouth.
I never understood how racially charged food became. Because it's always like delicious food.
Oh,
so it's
everyone loves watermelon. Everyone. Watermelon's fucking amazing.
That's amazing. Fried chicken's great. Burritos are great. It's all good. You fucking kraut. I love sauerkraut.
Dude, I love sauce. Like
frog.
Sausages.
I don't know about frog legs though. You're from Florida.
I love frog legs.
Of course you do.
Oh, fuck yeah, I love frog legs. Dude, I love anything that has a cultural hint to it, I'm immediately into. I want to explore it. Can
you please say that again?
Anything that has a cultural hint to it.
I just want to explore it.
I want to explore it. I just do.
That's one of my favorite things you've ever said. I just saw a whole new side of you that I didn't know existed. You play like a big, dumb, goofy guy. You actually have, you. Anything that has a cultural hint to it, I just want to explore it. I mean, no wonder you got a show on the Travel Channel.
No, that's because
Bert couldn't come up with some shit like that. That was fucking poetic.
That's because of Travel Channel. There are phrases in my head that are Travel Channel phrases. This place is otherworldly. That's a Travel Channel phrase. Hey, Bill, I swear to God, if you go to Vietnam, it'll change your cultural DNA.
I got to hear more of these. I want to hear more. Give me some more.
This is going to be one of the top 5 life experiences you'll ever have. That's a big one from Travel Channel. Top 5 life experiences. I can tell you my top 5 life experiences because I used to recite them all the time. And not one of them was having a child. They were all like jumping off the stratosphere, drinking goat's blood with a Maasai chief.
You jumped off the stratosphere?
I was the first white person to jump off the stratosphere.
That.
Yeah.
Well, who jumped off it first?
They said to us, they were like,
Is it a mob hit? Did they
no. They go, you're going to be the first person to jump off the stratosphere. It's like a big thing. They're big fucking, the mayor comes out. It's like David Copperfield's
Vegas
there.
has a mayor?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Did he have a pinky
famous,
ring?
No, yeah, a very famous mayor.
Of course he did.
What's his name? Google he was actually a really famous mob lawyer that became the mayor of Vegas, and then his wife became the mayor of Vegas.
It's one of my favorite things ever.
What's that?
When the woman married to the political guy then gets the job. It's just the funniest shit ever to me.
It's a great joke. Oscar Goodman came out, had a shot of tequila waiting for me. He's like, first guy gets off the stratosphere, he gets a shot of tequila. I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, you're like, I love this guy.
This is actually, I would say I would.
By the way, still haven't ashed it.
Really? That's coming into your lap and light your dick on fire. So they're like, they go, you're going to jump off stratosphere. And they're like, hey, but we're going to be in and out because it's a busy day. So we're going to talk to people that have already jumped. And I was like, what do you mean? I thought I was the first person. And they're like, well, no, obviously they've tested it with people. And I was like, who? And they're like, her. And it's this 80-year-old Vietnamese lady who on her lunch break would jump and test the machine out for them for like $50 a jump.
Aren't they supposed to put like a sack of potatoes?
Water dummies. They do water dummies, and then they need to do real people so that they can get the landing right. So they got this lady. Man.
Sure, that's not how they sold it to her.
No, her son was in prison, and she used to send her money to his commissary, And so she would get $50. She was raising his kids. She'd get $50 every time she jumped. She was very like fucking. So doing an interview, and I'm like, so tell me about the jump. And she goes, I get $50. And I was like, well, don't say it like we need to use this on television. So, like, why do you do it?
No, you got to keep that. I get $50. That's like the fucking realest answer ever.
She would eat her lunch in the elevator. She'd eat her lunch in the elevator and just jump as many times as she could during lunch to just rack up money to send money to his commissary and raise his kids. And I was like, I can't. None of this is TV friendly. Like
they should have videotaped it, and as she's yelling, she should have just been like, "Look what you put me through."
She said to me, I go, how bad is it? She goes, first time's not that bad. Second time, terrifying. I said, why? She goes, because you know it may not work. I was like, what? She goes, the first time you're so overwhelmed that, by the way, she was Vietnamese, so she's not saying it this clearly, but she goes, you're so overwhelmed that by the time you see the bullseye, you're landing, and you're like, I did it. She goes, the second time, you see the bullseye from the top, and you go, that is where I'm going, and it may not stop on time. And she goes, it's terrifying. And so I jump. The first time I go to jump.
How fucking bored are people?
That they jump off buildings?
That is because of free internet porn. It's too much. It's just too.
Whoa. Back this up. Start this at the beginning. What do you mean, how bored are people for internet porn?
Just think about before media.
Okay.
All right? And you wanted to jerk off. It was up to you to create a porno in your head.
Yeah.
And if you lived in the middle of just the work that it was.
I remember
and it's not
those
like
days.
there was any lotion or anything like that. I'm talking before TV and all of that shit. And now you could use whatever you can even think of.
Yeah.
It's like Netflix. You got to scroll through. Which one am I going to pick?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then, because that's just, you're like a rich kid now. So instead of Bentleys, it's like whores, right? So you're just overwhelmed by that. And then after a while, it doesn't mean anything. So then the next thing you know, you're going to Vegas, and it's like, all right,
let's jump
this
off
is
the
nice.
stratosphere.
I got to fucking jump off this thing so I can feel something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My body no longer responds to human touch because it's like I've been on the Vice Squad for fucking 60 years.
Yeah.
There's kids out there like that. They have because they watch porn before their first time hooking up with a chick. Chick goes to touch them, they can't get it up because they're so fucking desensitized because of all the shit that they watch. This is how people end up on the top of the stratosphere. I'm telling you.
I can't imagine people are having sex for the first time and all their grooming is all the stuff they've seen on porns. It's
horrible.
So the first time they're like reverse cowgirl, and they're like, wait, what? Your first time isn't supposed to be reverse cowgirl. It's supposed to be awkward, trembly arm missionary, like, But they've seen so much, they're like, I'm gonna do a cream pie, spit in your asshole, gaper, all right? We're out. And that, I mean,
No,
how
not
quickly...
we're out. He's fucking for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Shut up. Trying to get himself there. Shut up. His voice is barely even changed.
I'm gonna have to choke you. Pull my hair.
Shit in this cup. Don't ask questions.
I have an eel in the refrigerator. I'm gonna go get this eel out.
I know, all of these,
How many times did you have sex before you got wild in bed?
Oh, good question. It was more like, how many women do you date before you met a wild one and showed you what wild was?
Wait, tell me about that girl.
I don't think I can.
Why?
You know why.
That's imaginary.
No. I'm not going to. I someday will tell you. Oh! I went from 0 to fucking Mach 2.
Shut up.
Yeah, dude. It was fucking bananas.
How old were you? Just tell me how old you were. Let's do 20 questions about it.
No, because she's fucking nuts, so I ain't gonna fucking put the time on it. Anytime you want me to talk, I'll tell you all about that.
I remember I was with a girl.
It was good. It was a great experience, though, because I was down for it. And then what happened was, then I kind of got caught up, and I was able to have this cool vibe with every woman that I met that I wasn't going to judge. It's a huge thing. You don't judge somebody as far as like what they want to try or whatever. And then it kind of would free them up. It's shit you can't talk about now, but I had a phrase for it. I used to. Rub your mic. Rub this. That's what I would call it. Not to them, I wouldn't.
Oh.
But you just created this fucking environment, and then they felt like, yeah, we were deviants.
I had a girl, first time I had sex with her. We ended up dating, but first time I had sex with her, we're getting towards the end, and she
By the
goes,
way, do you ever think I'd whisper that in your ear?
no. In a million fucking years. First time I had sex with her, she goes, we're getting close to the end, and she goes, do you want to come on my face? And I was like, not originally, but I guess now I do. I don't want to be the one guy that didn't. And so,
Yeah. You took it as a challenge.
and then next thing you know, it's like, that's my thing. And then you go to the next girl, and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And you're like, oh, sorry, I only speak the language of the last person, so I'm trying to translate into you.
It's a bold move, dude. That's a bold move.
Really? Wait, where are you going?
And then you're over. Oh, I thought it was cool. Wiping it off with your sleeve. Sorry. Do you hate me? Do you hate me now? And then you play the victim. Oh, now you hate me. Great. I mean, I can't do anything. I mean, everything. You're leaving your shoes in. Don't come on my face. I mean, nag.
I'm on the corner of the bed naked, pouting. I'm the asshole. Oh.
Still haven't ashed it. Look at that,
my God.
huh?
Oh my God.
It's the big ash for Billy Burr.